Hey everybody, this short video is to show you how you can create a SCORM package to be measured on a learning management system just by using PowerPoint and a free plugin or a free program which plugs into PowerPoint. So first of all, I wanted to show you the end result. This is on a platform called Moodle Cloud, which anyone can sign up and create a free learning management system for up to 50 users. And be sure to check out our other video on using SCORM in an LMS. And you can just click on that link or look in our video library for that one. So this is a part 2 of that video, but you can watch them in any order. So I just wanted to show you the experience that an end user will see of the PowerPoint being published as a SCORM file and uploaded to Moodle. So I've logged in as a student, so I'm in a learning management system called learningplan.moodle cloud. My profile up in the corner says John Student, so I'm just a student, logged in as a student, and I can click on the course called LMS SCORM sample, and I've got one here called Hubble. So this is a PowerPoint presentation which has been converted to a SCORM package using iSpring PowerPoint. So let's have a look and see what this looks like. So I click on Hubble, and if a couple of things just to point out here. I've already had one attempt. I have achieved up to 80% already, and I'll show you where it's getting that 80% from. Now if I click on enter, the thing that I'll get you to notice here is it does open up a learning experience or a learning activity. And if you look closely, down the bottom it says iSpring, and I have some playback controls, and it also shows me which slide I'm up to. I'm up to slide 4 of 5. Now if we look at that in the terms of percentage, that in actual fact is 80%. So the way that this is measuring success or activity completion is based on the number of slides that I have viewed. And I've essentially just got the option of going backwards and forwards. I can use the play bar down the bottom, or I can click on the slide to then progress to the next slide. And as I said, this is a PowerPoint presentation which has been converted. And I'll show you where we got this presentation from. So you'll see there that I'll just stay at slide 4, and what I'll do is I'll close out of this pop-up window that Moodle has popped up, and it's just returned me back to the page that I was on. Now I'll just quickly show you what reporting I can get from that activity by logging in as the administrator. Now I'm just going to switch to a new browser here. So I'm just going to switch to a new browser. At the moment I'm using Firefox, but I'm going to switch to another browser, Google Chrome, which allows me to log in to exactly the same platform or the learning management system under a different user. So I can have 2 different logins running side by side to do testing, but I can only do this using 2 completely different browsers. That's just a little testing tip of the day. So I'm just going to switch to a new to Google Chrome. Here I am logged into exactly the same learning management system, but I'm actually logged in as an administrator. So I can see the number of users, storage, etc. Now I'm just going to switch back to the home screen to show you how I can navigate to exactly the same course but as the administrator, and what extra information I can have available to me. So I'm going to go back into the LMS SCORM sample, and I'm actually going to click on exactly the same learning activity, which in this case is called Hubble, and I can go to where it says reports, and you'll see here, here's student that I showed you before, and you'll see here that I've had one attempt, and the time that I accessed that program or that learning activity as a student was a couple of minutes ago, and I'm actually recording this at about 10:35, 10:36 a.m. You'll see here the score, 80%, is a reflection of the 4 out of 5 slides that I had viewed. So that percentage is measured as the number of slides the student has viewed as a percentage of the overall number of slides. So I just wanted to show you the student's experience, and I also wanted to show you the administrator's experience from a reporting perspective. So let's go and see how we can create this particular presentation, and we can, as I said, we're going to use iSpring free, which is a free PowerPoint converter. I wouldn't worry too much about Flash because Flash is dying out, and everything would pretty much need to be converted to HTML5. So we do have the ability of converting our PowerPoint to HTML5 with SCORM turned on. This solution is only available for Windows, and you do need PowerPoint, okay? So you can get iSpring for free, you can get Moodle for free, or Moodle Cloud for free, up to 50 users, but you do need PowerPoint. So if you just do a search on iSpring free, and you should be able to find that. Let's go back to PowerPoint now, and this is the actual presentation. I will show you where we got this presentation from, because this is part of the PowerPoint library that comes with PowerPoint. So it's pretty cool. So let's have a quick look and see where we can get that from. So I'm just going to close this down. I'm not going to worry about saving it. I'll go into File and New, and if we click on Presentations under the New area, and all of these presentations come up. So this is really cool. A lot of the hard work has been done for us. The formatting, the style, the design, the imagery, really, really cool. I'm a bit of a space nerd, so I opened up the Hubble presentation. The really cool thing about this that you may not be aware of if you are using PowerPoint or the new versions of PowerPoint, 365, etc., is that they come with these 3D models that you can actually download, and if you click on the telescope here, the Hubble telescope, you'll get this little icon appearing, and you can actually move it around like a 3D model, which is really, really cool. So this is all created for us. The thing to also point out is when you're in PowerPoint and you've installed the iSpring plugin, you will get this new ribbon appearing inside of PowerPoint. So we click on iSpring free, and there's a couple of buttons here. We can preview this presentation straight away. So we created the presentation, go from slide to slide. There are already animations that are built into this presentation template. So if we do a quick preview, and this will show us what the presentation will look like once it's published as an HTML5 SCORM file. And you'll see here that I do have the play bar down the bottom, which I showed you, similar to the student's view that we looked at before. I can use the play bar down the bottom, or I can just click anywhere inside the slide. That'll take me onto slide 2. Animations will also be enabled as well, or kept intact from PowerPoint. And the good thing about this is it does have a full screen option as well. So once you, and we'll have a look at that, but that will actually expand and fill the whole screen. So once you've got your PowerPoint presentation already all done up, it's very limited as far as interactivity concerned. It really only measures the linear progress from slide 1 along. But when we go and click on the Publish button from the iSpring free ribbon, a couple of things to notice here. We can give it a title. We've got a folder. I'll just put in Hubble SCORM here. That'll differentiate it from the other Hubble package that I've already got up there. And the thing to point out here is that we want to export all of the slides, and we want the output option to be HTML5, but most importantly here, we want to generate the SCORM compliant course so it can be uploaded to a learning management system and measured. And the measurement of success here is based on the number of slides that are viewed by the end user. Now we've got 5 slides in this presentation, and we want the measure of success to be all 5 of those slides. So if a user only views 3 slides, then that's 60%. If the user views all 5 slides, then that's 100%. And we'll be able to associate the slide views with the reporting again when I show you how to upload this. So we're just going to click on publish. So that's being published. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch back to my administrator view of Moodle so we can upload this new learning activity. So I'm back inside of Moodle Cloud as the administrator, and I'm going to go back to my home page to bring me back to my front page here. So once again, I am the administrator here. I'm going to open up the course, which is in this case is called LMS SCORM sample. And in this page, I'm going to add an activity or resource. Now, if you don't see any of these options, you just need to click on your settings wheel up in the top right hand corner. And there's an option called turn editing on. Now, if editing is on, it'll say turn editing off. So I'm just going to turn that off for a minute just so you can see what happens. And you'll notice that all of the edit options disappear from the screen. So I want to be able to go in and edit this page. I want to be able to add activities. I might want to be able to rename titles or courses or topics or things like that. So I just need to go back up into my settings wheel. I need to turn editing on, and you'll notice the screen quickly refreshes and gives me those options available. I'm now going to add an activity or resource. A whole list of options come up. What I'm looking for here is a SCORM package. This allows me to upload the SCORM file or SCORM package that I just published from my PowerPoint presentation using the iSpring free publish plugin. So I'm just going to click on add. A new screen will come up. I need to give it a name. So I'm going to call this one Hubble SCORM. Sample SCORM file published from PowerPoint using iSpring free. We will display the description on the course page. Scrolling down, we're going to look at adding the zip file which we published. So I just click on the blue arrow. I can then go and upload a file. I choose the file. It's going to take me to the location where I want to upload that file, and here it is. So it's a zip file. All SCORM files are zip files. I'm now going to give it a name called Hubble SCORM. This is just a reference inside of the file picker because we may want to use that zip file in another course, which we can. We don't have to upload it again. Let's click on upload this file. And now what we're going to do, just a couple of things that I just want to bring to your attention as far as Moodle is concerned. We do need to look at how this course is actually measured. So as this file is uploading, and there it's uploaded, so we now just scroll down, and the main thing that we want to look at here is activity completion. So all LMSs will have the option for you to specify how success is measured when students or learners complete this activity. So we're just going to open up this little part of the Moodle Learning Management System. By default, it says students can manually mark the activity as completed, so completion tracking. We want to change that to say show activity is complete when the following conditions are met, and these are all the conditions that appear underneath. So first of all, the student must view this activity to complete it. Tick. The students aren't going to receive a grade because we don't actually have any quizzes or any scoring elements in there. And that's the limitation of using PowerPoint with iSpring, is that we don't really have the option to test or quiz. We can use the learning management system's inbuilt quiz functionality to create a quiz, but we don't actually have it as part of this particular activity that we just created from PowerPoint. We're not going to require a minimum score, so we're going to keep that disabled. We are going to tick completed. We're not going to tick pass because there is no pass mark. We just want to see that students have completed what's required. But the main thing here is that we want to require the SCOS, which actually is the SCORM file. We want the SCORM file to pass on the completion status. Now I'm just going to quickly remind you, remember when we went in here and we published and we chose this option, rate number of slides viewed. Now this setting or this measure of success, we want that measure of success to be passed on to the learning management system as being the measure of success. So in order to connect that setting back with the actual LMS setting, is we need to tick this box that says require all SCOs, which is SCORM files basically, to return the completion status. So it's going to look for that setting and it's going to take the lead of completion from that setting. So that's pretty much all you need to remember when setting your completion settings using the PowerPoint file that we published through iSpring. So let's click on Save and Return to Course. What that will do is it'll take us back to the course page. It will show the activity as being included, and here it is. And what we can do now is we can go back to the Moodle Cloud system, but as viewed from a student. So once again, I'm going to go back to the learning management system, looking at it through a different browser, and I can have that session open at the same time. All I need to do here is I'm just going to refresh the page because I've since uploaded a file, and you'll notice that magically here that Hubble SCORM learning activity, which I just uploaded as the admin, appears now to the student. I don't have a blue tick because it hasn't been measured as success. If I click on the learning activity, there's no attempts being made. I'm just going to click on enter. It's going to open up, and if we look here, then we'll be able to see that the presentation is popping up. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go and view 2 slides. So in percentage terms, that's 40% viewed. Now if I exit this activity, it'll take me back to the previous screen. I haven't got my blue tick yet because I've only viewed 2 out of 5 slides, or in other words, 40%. Let's have a look at this particular student's interactivity reporting from the administrator's view. So let's go back to the administrator's view. I'm now in the administrator's view of the learning management system. I can see, has anyone viewed my presentation? So let's click on the learning activity. I can go into reports, and we can see here that John's student has actually had 1 attempt at that particular presentation and has viewed 40%. So in actual fact, that's correct. 2 out of 5 slides. Now let's go back as the student and complete this activity and see how this actually impacts the reporting. I'll go back to the student view. Here I am. I've logged in again. I've decided now that I want to complete this learning activity. It's told me that I've had 1 attempt. I've achieved 40% on my last attempt. I'm going to enter again. I'm not going to start a new attempt. I'm going to enter again, and I'm going to continue on from that last attempt. It's picked up where I left off, 2 of 5. I'm going to click again, take me onto the next slide. You'll see those animations from PowerPoint have remained. So iSpring does retain those animations that were made inside of PowerPoint. I'm going to click again. I'm now on slide 4, and I'm going to click again, and I'm now on slide 5. So in actual fact, according to the settings, I have successfully completed this module, but let's have a look and see if Moodle recognizes that. I'm going to exit activity. I've completed 5 out of 5 slides. I now have a blue tick against my against that course, so I have successfully completed that. I've now switched back to the administrator view. I'm just going to refresh this page because John Student has completed that, and let's have a look. You'll now see that the score says 100%. So I can see that that student has achieved a completion of 100%, viewed all the slides of that presentation, and they've essentially completed that activity. So hopefully that little exercise has helped us to see how we can create e-learning using PowerPoint and some other free tools that are available. iSpring free, and also Moodle Cloud for up to 50 users is free as well. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll see you again soon.